Hey guys, it's Dr. Ryan Hewitt here from Merrimack Valley Wellness Center. I'm here in my functional training studio. I just had a thought. I wanted to share something with you that a question that I get quite often from my patients and some of the athletes that exercise at my gym. And they ask me, well, Doc, what should I use, ice or heat? And it's a great question. What I can tell you about ice and heat is that there is no right answer. And if you go on the Google and if you look, there's mega conflicting evidence here. So what I can speak to is my clinical things that I've observed in my office and clinically, and also things that I've experienced myself by using those therapies. And there are two rules that I follow fairly religiously, and they work to a very high percentage. So the number one rule is if you have an acute injury, let's say you roll your ankle or you tweak your back lifting with bad form, or if you smash your knee, anything like that. So you have an acute injury and there's inflammation, and it's blown up and there's injured tissue. So you always want to go with ice in that occasion. And the reason being is because ice can help mitigate any inflammatory process. Not that you want to eliminate the inflammation, because inflammation is actually the immune response that is the first stage of healing. So you want that inflammation, but usually there's an overwhelming response when there's an acute injury. So you want to mitigate some of that inflammation to make sure that you still have proper nerve flow, proper blood flow, and lymphatic drainage. So using some ice with slight compression is always a good go-to. Now, ice you want to apply about 20 to 30 minutes. I prefer just actual ice. The ice cubes, just pack that sucker in ice. You can even apply the ice directly to your skin, using even just a light Ziploc bag or garbage bag, whatever. And you can apply that directly to the area of injury. It will get that deep cold right into that injury. And you can do that for about 20 to 30 minutes. And you want to take about an hour break between doing that. Now, icing, you only really want to do that for a couple of days, 2 to 4 to 5 days during that acute process. After that, most of the inflammation will have subsided, and you just want to let the injury do its thing and let your body heal itself. So that's my viewpoint on ice. Now, number two, if you have a chronic issue, let's say you have chronic tightness in your traps because you're a desk jockey and you commute 2 hours a day, and you have postural problems, and you're doing things like chiropractic and corrective exercise to mitigate these problems, but you just always have these knots and these this nasty searing pain in your middle back or your traps, for example, heat is a nice go-to. So when I mean heat pads or heat therapy like hot tub, anything like that. And what that will do is that will actually promote blood flow. It will support the neurological response to those tissues, because a lot of times pain can come from trigger points. That's why I'm a huge proponent of things like AccuMobility balls and doing self-mobilization. So what you can do is you can use some of that heat therapy on those regions and then do some of your soft tissue release. You'll find nice benefit from that. And that's a really safe go-to if it's not an acute injury and it's just more of a chronic stiff and tight region. Those are usually really good. Two really good rules to follow. Now, of course, there's a lot of gray area. There's things like, well, I flared up an old injury. I have this mega delayed onset soreness from this crazy chest workout I did, or I did, double Fran and my quads feel like they're going to blow up. So for recovery, what I found is that ice works really nice for that. And what I mean by that is things like a cold tub or an ice bath. I've tried cryotherapy. I've had some nice recovery benefits from that. But also if you have, again, chronic stiffness, things like, a sauna or a hot tub can work really nice. I just wouldn't necessarily do that pre-workout. I would wait, and do that post-workout recovery for those types of things. So hopefully that's helpful for those of you who, have injuries, or you're looking for better recovery habits, and you're, wondering about the ice or heat discussion. So thanks for watching.